I grew up as a charismatic in an evangelical tradition, and when I learned about ancient spiritual practices, and when I heard about people like Tony Jones, for example, who were reclaiming those ancient disciplines and parsing them for our contemporary context, it was really exciting for me. I thought, this is so cool, man. There's a whole avenues of faith that I've never even experienced, and I really dove into that and really enjoyed it. And as a result, I think it's healthy for us to think of those ancient spiritual practices, Lectio Divina, the Ignatian Examen, all those things as like our primary source material. Hey, these are how Western Christians have been developing their faith for hundreds, if not thousands of years. But there's a difference between being our primary source material and our only option. And I love a couple of books, one by Earl Krebs called Off-Road Disciplines, and another by Larry Osborne called The Contrarian's Guide to Spirituality, where they say, in essence, there's got to be a way for people to be normal. There's got to be a way for men who like football to continue liking football and yet press deeper into the presence of God. And very few men who like football also want to put on sandals and pour ashes over their head and walk out into the woods and commune with owls. And if it sounds like I'm lampooning all of that, I'm actually not. There are people in my church who like to commune with owls and pour ashes on their head, and I'm glad that that works for them. It just doesn't work for most people. And by work, I mean Jesus doesn't get any bigger in them. They don't feel any closer to God. They don't become any more mature as a disciple, because those things, whatever the things are, whether it's ancient disciplines or whether it's tambourines and flags in a charismatic tradition, man, all those things are just a means to an end. And the end is more, more wholly knowing Jesus, more being increasingly saturated by the presence of God. And we've got to figure out how that works, how people can pray in their cars, how they can find mini sabbaticals at work or in their families, how we can leverage the internet, social media, etc., as a way to deepen our faith rather than just constantly vilifying those things as somehow a distraction from our faith. And all of this takes creativity and ingenuity. All of this requires that we take a fresh look at what we have to work with in our world, and rather than just saying this is bad or that's bad or this is a distraction, pressing deeper and thinking imaginatively.